Every year, Alabama looks forward to its own personal Super Bowl, the legendary rivalry between Auburn University and the University of Alabama. And thanks to an article from 1893, we have an idea for how the first Iron Bowl would have looked. Here's a story of how an annual Alabama tradition was born. The corner of 32nd Street South and Claremont Avenue in Birmingham is now known for its lush golf course and the Piggly Wiggly up the block. And it would be just any other intersection if it wasn't the birthplace of college football's most heated rivalry. But to understand where the Iron Bowl is now, it's important to remember where it started. And that was on a Wednesday afternoon in February of 1893. Yes, February. The two teams, clad in sweaters without a hint of protective gear, were bound to slug it out. It was the first of 12 games in the opening act of the rivalry from 1893 to 1907, before a long hiatus ended in 1948. The Daily News, which would be renamed the Birmingham News in 1895, ran a 1,500-word front-page story the day after the big game. Alabama had yet to play a college team before that afternoon. It beat Birmingham High School 56-0 in November of 1892 before losing to the Birmingham Athletic Club 5-4 the following day. Scoring was quite different at that point, as touchdowns were worth 4 points, field goals 5, and PATs 2. The forward pass was still a decade from its debut. The story that ran began with fanciful and unmistakably sexist descriptions of the spectators.
The seats were crowded with lovers of the manly sport of football. Men and women who heretofore have jeered such exhibitions of brawn and muscle were eager to see the contest.
Neither team seemed interested in punting. Auburn never bothered, while Alabama was better at goal kicking. Both sides found two Yale grads who officiated the game in top hats, most satisfactory.
Both teams went to work at once, kicking, catching, and falling on the elusive pigskin. As the boys would pile up on one another, the ladies would get alarmed, fearing that they would have bones broken, but their gentlemen friends would kindly assure the timid, sympathetic women that the athletic youths could be dropped from the top of the grandstand to the ground without sustaining any injury.
Ultimately, Miss Delma Wilson was elected to present the cup to Auburn's Daniels. As they did, Auburn would carry a 7-4-1 record in the 12 games before the series went on hiatus until the 1940s. A series of cheers rent the air and the sun went down, read the closing line of the next day's Daily News, blotting out the day on which the greatest football game was ever played in Alabama. And that's the story of the humble beginnings of the Iron Bowl. From a lowly baseball field in February to the comfort of our homes every November, the game has come a long way, creating traditions shared by generations. And of course, the state of Alabama will always be watching.